Are dating apps good or bad for finding a new relationship? Are dating apps a good place to find quality people, or is it a case of wounded animals attracting wounded animals? Do dating apps make dating easier, or does it in fact add an additional barrier to entry? Are dating apps keeping you single? These are some of the questions I've been pondering, and as you're about to find out, I've just finished conducting a social media slash dating app experiment, and I'm going to share the results with you. Come take a walk with me and find out if dating apps are keeping you single or actually leading to better relationships. Welcome back to the Love Fix, guys. It's Nick, as always, doing my best to get you through your breakups as easily and as healthily as possible. I do apologise for my absence recently. That goes for posting content, responding to your emails, and responding to your comments. Life's been a bit crazy, but here I am, and I'm going to get into it with the dating apps today. If you need my help with your personal breakup situation, you can email me at thelovefix20@gmail.com. You can arrange a voice coaching session with me over Zoom, and we can talk about your breakup and get you onto the path of recovery. I'm also very happy to report that I've just started a Facebook breakup support group. If you go to your Facebook page and search the Love Fix Breakup Recovery, it should appear. You'd also get to see my face if you want to unveil the mystery. And I'll also leave a link in the details below. Without further ado, take a walk with me and let's get into it. So as specified, I have been conducting a dating app experiment, and this came out of some interesting conversations and debates I had with friends. So I decided to, you know what, I'm just going to get into it and I'm going to find out for myself. I wanted to see if I could actually land a date by optimizing my profile, using my text game, which I'm reasonably confident in, and to see if dating apps are actually good or bad for dating, or meeting people the old-fashioned way might be the way to go still. First things first, I had to set some non-negotiables. If they didn't meet the following criteria, they was automatically disqualified and are automatically swipe left. And those non-negotiables for me are no smokers, no kids, no fake drawn on eyebrows. Ladies, men do not find that attractive. Please stop. No excessive attention seeking selfies. Physical attraction had to be at least 50%. Their account had to be verified. I was using Bumble when they verified the account. Their profile had to have more than 2 pictures and the bio had to be completed. For full transparency, as I just mentioned, I was using the Bumble app, which I must admit has been the best app I've used for experimentation so far. The app is simple, easy to use, and I quite like that there is some onus on the woman to reach out first if you match. Over 1,000 profiles in 10 days. That's how many women I swiped left or swiped right on. I estimate that I had an even balance between swiping left and swiping right, which was a pleasant surprise. Out of those 1,000 profiles, I matched with 20 of them, which isn't a great hit rate, given that I'm probably a lot more successful person to person, if that makes sense. So let that sink in for 1 second and we'll get further into that. Out of those 20 women, 8 of them reached out to me to start a conversation. Out of those 8, only 3 progressed in potentially making a date. So let that sink in. 3 potential dates out of over 1,000 profiles. That is a percentage hit rate of 0.3%. I would honestly have more luck cold approaching 20 random women in the street where I would be reasonably confident of getting 3 of their numbers, which would be a 15% success rate. Here's the thing, guys. I'm funny, I'm intelligent, kind, caring, in good shape, I earn good money, and I don't take shit off of anyone. I know who I am, I value myself, I love myself. But how the hell does one communicate that kind of value with 6 pictures and a 300-word bio on an app? On dating apps, people are assigning value purely based on a few pictures. Therefore, unless you are an 8, 9, or 10 out of 10 good looking, dating apps really aren't a good platform for the average person. In reality, your looks might be a 5, and that's average. I consider myself average. I don't consider myself ugly, and I don't consider myself, wonderfully good looking. But your personality may take you from a 5 to a 7 or an 8. On dating apps, you might be a 4 out of 10, even if you are an average 5 or 6, purely because you are average looking. And average looking, sadly, isn't that effective on dating apps because it's all about the face. Now, I'm going to be real honest with you. I've dated some stunning women in my time, and I'm talking 8 and 9s out of 10. Better than I have any right to, but their personalities might have demoted them to a 3 because they were complete arseholes. I've dated plenty of average looking women where their personalities took them to an 8 or out of 10. It's impossible to communicate true value on a dating app because you can't communicate personality. This is the thing with dating apps. Why swipe right on an average 5 out of 10 with potentially great personality when the next 10 candidates will be a 7 or an 8 out of 10 with their looks? We are given too much choice and we're literally paralyzed by it. The fact is, if you met that 5 out of 10 in a bar, you hit it off, you're having a great time, he or she's got a wonderful personality, you're more than likely to be very happy with your choice and not be worried that the next person is slightly better looking because your personalities are gelling so well and you're none the wiser. So that begs the question, are dating apps any good? I think they can be great for being able to meet people you never would have had the opportunity to meet, but the success rate for the average person seems to be lower than it would be if you just met someone at work, school, in a bar, or volunteering and so on. I started this process with the mindset of I will read every profile and give everyone a fair shot. After 300 profiles or so, everything just blurred together and I was swiping left or right purely based on physical attraction at that point. Imagine how many average looking, let's say 5 out of 10 women who probably had great personalities that I passed on purely because my expectations are now too damn high. And therein lies the other problem. People's expectations on dating apps are too damn high. My 0.3% hit rate might have been at 5 or 10% if I kept my expectations in check. But no, I was spoiled by too much choice. Just like in an all-you-can-eat restaurant, you can't decide what to eat, so you put everything on your plate, not really enjoying it, and all the while just making yourself sick. And here's the other thing about dating apps. My match rate nosedived off of a cliff when my week's subscription ran out. I've had one match in the last 3 days since my subscription ended. That is because unless your profile is super popular, as in you are an 8, 9 or 10 out of 10 good looking and you're getting a lot of hits, your profile is pushed to the back. And it's also pushed to the back if you no longer pay for the service and you're using the free version of it. Sadly, average does not cut it on dating apps. Now, there's nothing wrong with average. 80% of us are average and that's totally fine. But the top 20% of people are getting most of the matches on a dating app. 80% of the average people want to be with the top 20% of people. Based on those numbers, a lot of people will be left disheartened because expectations are too damn high and those top 20% cannot fulfill the quota of the 80%. It's just never going to work. So my conclusion is this. Can dating apps work? Yeah, they can, but the success rate is horribly low for the average person. I still believe it is much better to meet people organically through work, school, hobbies, friends of friends, in a bar, volunteering and so on. When you meet someone organically, you can demonstrate way more value other than just what you look like. I do feel looks are important to a certain degree. We can't take that out of the equation. But even the best looking person in the world can be a 2 out of 10 with a shitty personality. Dating apps, in my opinion, adds an additional barrier to entry and it's detrimental to people's self-esteem when they're not getting regular matches. making you feel even worse than you did before. Therefore, you will be much better served to work on you, get on your purpose, and meet people by forging a great life for yourself. You can't really show value on dating apps with a few pictures and a short bio. And quite honestly, the selection of people that I was coming across wasn't great for many reasons. I mainly came across wounded animals just by looking at their bios and the people that were actually talking to me. I'd say only two of them I really found attractive, like other than their looks. So by the end of the process, I felt exhausted because of the amount of time I had to give swiping left and right and not really getting anywhere. 0.3%, guys. Hold that number in your head for 1 second. Now, I was only running an experiment for this video, and even my ego took a hit. Unless you're physically optimal to the dating app environment, you're not going to do very well on it. So that's my take on it. Dating apps are not for me. In fact, I am much more successful in person because my winning personality can do a lot of the lifting for me. And I dare say that's probably the same for most other people. And just think about it, guys. How many potential great women I swiped left on purely because I was only 50% attracted to them and they may have had a great personality. How many potential matches have I let slip through my fingers because I do not have the opportunity to get to know this person? And vice versa. How many people, how many women swiped left on me purely because maybe my physical attractiveness didn't meet a certain threshold and they had no time to get to know me. So that's where we are with dating apps. There's good and there's bad. But find the environment that is optimal for you. I do very well in social situations when I can get to talk to people, when I can get to connect with them with my personality and theirs. That's where I do my best work when it comes to dating. So you have to find out where you can do your best work when it comes to dating, to find the environment. Now, for a lot of people, this is work. For a lot of people, this is school, through friends of friends, house parties, bars, whatever it might be. You have to find the environment that matches your level. So, my advice would be, unless you're 8, 9 or 10 out of physical attractiveness, stay off them. You might get lucky here or there, but you probably won't get what you want. And that's all for today. As always, keep your chin up. You're going to be okay. Stay strong. And if you need some extra help, you can join my Facebook group. Search the Love Fix Breakup Recovery. And if that is not enough for you, you can reach out to me and have a one-to-one with me, and we can get through your breakup as healthy as possible. Take it easy. I'll see you on the other side.